very tough. They're very well put together. They read everything, especially media. What makes them so tough, it's not just their culture, but the fact that they have been isolated. They've been sanctioned. Hardly any of them, the citizens, leave North Korea. They have television that's programmed every evening. At the end of the day, diplomacy is really trying to get the other side to do something they don't really want to do. In dealing with another country, make it clear that you make the hard choices today, and I'm not promising you the end of hard choices, but I'm promising you that in the future you won't have to make them alone.
Mostly, I don't see it as a gift. You usually use diplomacy more with your adversaries than with your friends. And so it is this matter of being prepared and putting yourself into the other country's shoes and figuring out what you do in order to solve the problem. And it's not a gift. It is how you talk to those who disagree with
you. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the archaic, is anything but democratic. From the ashes of World War II loomed the first post-war spread of Soviet communism. The Korean Peninsula and her people in a geographic sense, but with the Cold War about to cast a long shadow, the United States wanted Seoul and the democratic-leaning South under their alliance. Every day, illness-causing germs can be passed around from outside to inside our home. To have peace of mind, Kim Il-sung, the young, charismatic rebel, famous for his insurrection against the brutal, decades-old Japanese occupation, vied for power and shaped this new republic in the Stalinist fashion, adopting a totalitarian reign of terror. Kim solidified his place in the Soviet-backed North, then sought to unify the peninsula by invading the South and starting the Korean conflict on June 25, 1950.
In an air of renewed optimism,
3 years later, a ceasefire was reached. North Korea, a nation established by warfare, will be perpetuated by self-imposed isolation, bloodshed, and humanitarian horrors.
So, it's the most unique country in the world. What other country in the world is Confucian, communist, hereditary, dynasty? There's no country like this. While it also commits human rights violations, the United Nations Commission of Inquiry said there's no other parallel in contemporary history except Nazi Germany, and this is North Korea. I don't think there's another country that's more isolated than North Korea. So, truly a unique place.
And they have been challenging American policy for nearly 70 years.
I think any political question has to start with a map. And when you look at a map of Northeast Asia, it's a pretty compact area. And you're seeing Russian Far East interests right there. You're seeing Japan right there. China, enormous interests right there. South Korea.
So yan guys, tali na natin ang book natin.
And so how does it affect the countries around it? And I would say it affects them all big time.
North Koreans figured out how to work with the United States, so there's usually a profit.
46. There's obviously been many other deeply repressive communist dictators now. They didn't have the technology that the Kim family had. They didn't have the degree of social control, so they didn't have speakers in every village, speakers on the wall of every home to control people. They didn't have television in every home. They didn't even have these portraits of the leaders. It's kind of a religious element.
It's the deity, it's the leaders, the grandfather, the father, now Kim Jong-un, that are not just political figures, they're godlike religious figures. And what they say determines how North Koreans act.
Kim Jong-un only had a very short amount of time to build his legitimacy in the regime. Kim Jong-il, by comparison, had 30 years to create his legitimacy. Kim Jong-un had none of this. But a lot of things, very interesting things, began to happen. First thing that happened is they had things made people pause, think that maybe this was something different. Kim Jong-un laid down the Rosetta Stone, where he wanted to take this.
The Workers' Party, the North Korean Workers' Party, and actually had his own chunks of North Korean figures, such that it was hard to.
He had to show legitimacy. And if he couldn't show legitimacy on the economic realm, he had to show legitimacy in the security realm. And so he began to move very quickly toward developing the nuclear program so that he could have something to hang his hat on. So it will give him a much stronger position to negotiate with the United States.
In spite of international outcry. And now it is his son who may finish the job, having a strong hand to negotiate a way.
I think that he does have a good hand to play. I mean, he has, in fact, to do the delivery on it, and he's managed to scare the whole region into doing something.
Through 2016 to mid-September 2017, Kim Jong-un conducts 3 nuclear tests, including a hydrogen bomb, and 30 short and long-range missile launches, including intercontinental ballistic missiles. Kim claims that they have nuclear warheads small enough to